Hello there everybody, how's it going and how have you been? Welcome back to the Pokemon Platinum Enigmalocke. In the last episode, I defeated the Canalave City Gym, took care of a story event involving Rowan kind of catching us up to speed about the Mirage Pokemon of the Three Lakes and Sinnoh, a big explosion, and long story short, I'm supposed to go to Lake Valor. However, since at the end of the last episode I did come up here to get just the encounter for the Fuego Ironworks, I decided let's take a mild break from the story and go ahead and cruise inside and round up the Fuego Ironworks. Oh great, I kind of forgot that it was these. So there are a couple of trainers in here, there's a handful of items, probably nothing too important to be completely honest, but I'd still like to do it on camera just because, I don't know, Fuego Ironworks is kind of interesting at the very least. Kind of a throwback to the old rocket hideouts from Kanto. It shouldn't take me too long, I would imagine. It's literally just this one big room. And yes, after that I will go ahead and go to Lake Valor and do whatever I can from the story aspect, and try and get things wrapped up and out of the way so that I can start making progress towards Snow Point City and continue the game in the next episode. Okay. No. Okay. I don't remember how reversal works. I don't. It either does. It's like a fighting type payback, or it does more damage when your HP is low. I don't know. All I know is it's a fighting move, and Tyrant does not like fighting moves. What the hell am I doing? Click. There we go. Something else I went around and did is I raised up about 8 to 10 other Pokemon from the PC, just like I said I would. They have all been raised up to level 35, and I will introduce you to them when we swing by Floroma Town, to pick up Gale so that I can just fly across the region as opposed to having to walk the rest of the way. If I would rattle them off if I could remember them. Again, just in case you're all wondering, the reason there is no training montage to show you their growth is because A, I wanted to do it off camera. Ooh, that could be nice. A, I just wanted to do it off camera since they're not official members of the party just yet. But B, in practice, it took about 4.5 hours to train all of them up, and it was kind of due to a multiple number of reasons. One of them was a pseudo-legendary, so it just took forever to level up as it was. One of them just refused to learn a stab move, so I had to keep switch training it, which just slowed things down. It was just very slow, very tedious, and I didn't bother to record it because, like I said, slow, tedious, and it's no Pokemon we are primarily concerned about right now. So, Tyrant is really cleaning house right now, which is good because he is another pseudo and he takes forever to level up. Now, ooh, I don't know if I can find a Porygon, that'll be nice. I'm pretty sure that guy down there is supposed to give you a nugget in the main game, I think. I think he still does, because I don't think the randomizer changes what NPCs give you. Primarily because a lot of them give you important items, and it's probably just too difficult narrowing the list down to which NPCs give you important stuff and which ones don't, so the randomizer just doesn't mess with that at all. Oh, Dusk Sun. Oh, that might have been another thing. I don't remember. I think I accidentally said in the last episode that the male Curlia we revived from a fossil I can evolve with Shiny Stone. That is incorrect. Male Curlias evolve into Gallades with use of a Dawnstone, not a Shiny Stone. The reason I said Shiny Stone is because, quite frankly, that's just a mistake I've been making constantly ever since Generation 4 came out. For whatever reason, I think this is the right one. Yeah, for whatever reason, I have the Pokemon that evolve with the Dawnstone and a Pokemon that evolve with the Shiny Stone reversed in my head. I don't know why. I think I kind of know how it happened, is the 3 stones that were introduced here in Sinnoh were the Dusk Stone, the Dawn Stone, and the Shiny Stone. The Dusk Stone evolves Murkrow to Honchkrow and Mismagius to Mischievous. Now, the Dawn Stone is the one that's supposed to evolve male Kirlias into Gallades and female Snowrunts into Frostlasses. And then the Shiny Stone is what evolves Togetic into Togekiss and... what was the other one? Just Togetic into Togekiss and... what the hell was the last one? I know there was a second one, because each of them evolves 2 Pokemon. When I think in Generation 5, another Pokemon was added to each, so hold on, this is going to bug me now. I know I could be making progress, but I need to check, because this is going to drive me nuts. A Shiny Stone. Let's see here. Shiny Stones. Roselia to Roserade. That was the other one. Okay. Yeah, so Togetic to Togekiss and Roselia into Roserade. Now, what I think happened in my head is I memorized it kind of weirdly. Like, the Dusk Stone was easy to remember because it made the Dark Flying Murkrow evolve and the Ghost type Mismagius evolve. Simple enough. Oh, you want to trade shards? I was actually yammering so much I wasn't paying attention to what he gave. Actually, I think he gave me a PP up. Yeah, I think he gave me a PP up. Maybe that's the nugget laying on the ground over there. I don't think I have any star pieces, unfortunately. Sorry, dude. Thunderwave. Well, you know, it's better than some of the other TMs I've gotten, so there's that. And did I lock myself away from an item? Hold on. Can only focus on one thing at a time. Nope, I went and got it. Okay. So now I just gotta work my way back out. So the Dusk Stone was easy for me to remember what it does, because the 2 Pokemon that it evolved initially were kind of dark, sinister, nighttime Pokemon. You know, Murkrow and Mismagius, a crow and a ghost. Simple enough. I think what happened was I then tried to... I actually have to... okay. I'm going to finish the story, and then I'm just going to cut back when I get to Florona Town, because I didn't realize it's a one-way entrance. So, the Dawn Stone, I assumed, was the opposite. It evolved the happy Pokemon Togetic into Togekiss, and Dawn, being a relation, or, you know, what's the word? Related to the sun, and this is not the right fucking way, caused the plant Roselia to evolve into a Roserade. And then Shiny, since it neither fit Dusk or Dawn, I assume was the one that affected, or that worked for the gender-specific evolutions. And that's just how I memorized it, and unfortunately that's not the right way. So, there you go, that's the long-winded story. I'm gonna get my ass out of here, and I will meet you guys back in Florona Town, because, good God, this is kind of annoying. Alrighty, so we're back here at Florona Town, and just like I promised, I'm going to show off the numerous Pokemon that I trained up. You might be able to recognize some, just from this view. First up, we have Lockheed, who was like a level 17 Dratini, I think. He's now a level 35 Steel Flying Dragonair. I got them all to level 35, by the way. I don't quite remember what his original ability was, but it is now changed into Natural Cure, so if he's ever paralyzed, burned, poisoned, whatever, I just have to recall him during a battle, and it's cured. Instantly, free of charge, no medicine necessary. He also learned, or he now has Mirror Shot, Mirror Bomb, Metal Sound, and Air Slash. Not the greatest movesets. I mean, Magnet Bomb kind of balances everything out by being impossible to miss. But Mirror Shot, Metal Sound, and Air Slash all have a natural chance to miss. So he's not the most accurate of Pokemon, but he's pretty good. Next up, or next on the list, was Scowl, the Bug Dragon Snorunt. Unfortunately, Snorunt do not evolve until level 40, I believe. Although, if he was a she, I could have used a Dawnstone. Actually, no, I couldn't have, because the one I had was reserved for the Curlia. But anyway, he has Cloud 9, so while he is out on the field, weather is basically turned off, just the same as Tyrant. And he currently has Dragon Breath, Tail Glow, Heal Order, and Twin Needle. Tail Glow is actually very nice because it sharply raises his special attack stat, and that combos very nicely with Dragon Breath. The one downside is that as a Snorunt, his stats are not amazing, and he is somewhat frail, so that kind of stinks. The next one was Faust, our Darkfire Azumarill, Swift Swim for an ability. As Flamethrower, Feint Attack, Fire Punch, and she learned Dark Void while we were out there, so kind of inaccurate, but it's a chance to put the foe to sleep. So I said, why not? Better than, I think it was Torment that she had originally. Our next one is Cordyceps, Dark Ghost Parasect, multi-type for an ability, which, as we learned from some experimentation in the episode we got her, does absolutely nothing because she is not an Arceus. Still has Dark Pulse, Shadow Punch, Bullet Punch, and Scratch. I don't think she tried to learn a move. If she did, it was not worth it. Then we have Goliath, who was a little Turtwig when we caught him. Stayed a Rock Ghost all through his evolution. He now has Serene Grace, which is, quite frankly, amazing for a Pokemon of starter quality to have. Much better than a normal Overgrow that a Torterra would typically have. And he's got Rock Slide, Ominous Wind, Crab Hammer, and Vacuum Wave. I know the only move he tried to learn that I kept was Crab Hammer. I think he might have tried to learn... Actually, no, I know he tried to learn some more moves. He originally had Rock Throw, and shortly after, I think the first level up he got as a Turtwig, he learned Rock Slide, which I used to override Rock Throw because it's just better. It's like 25 base power higher for the same amount of accuracy. And then as a Groddle, when he reached the level that they evolve into Torterras, he tried to learn Rock Throw again, and I said no. He evolved, and promptly tried to learn Rock Throw again, and I said no again. So, technically he's tried to learn multiple moves, if you want to be specific about it, but many times it was a move I had already dumped and didn't want back. I skipped over Titania. I might level her up later. She's already kind of a high level as it is, so I didn't think it was quite necessary. Next up we have Shinigami, the Grass-type Duskull. Good lord, this little guy was the biggest of pains to level up, because he did not have a grass move. For the longest of times, his primary way of damaging foes was Bubble Beam, which, as you can see by the stats, was doing next to nothing. Likewise, he had Covet, and while that did let him steal a Water Stone from a wild Chimchar I ran into, it was situational at best, and arguably weaker than Bubble Beam. But as for right now, he still has Covet. He did learn Leaf Blade, which I was very happy with. He did have Synthesis originally, and I replaced that with Slack Off, just because A, Slack Off, you can use more times than Synthesis, and B, Slack Off is not affected by the weather. And he also has Dragon Dance, which, now that he actually has a decent physical move, is not a bad thing to have. Next up we got Keese, who is holding the Soothe Bell. Unfortunately, she did not want to evolve into a Crobat as hard as I tried. But I feel like I'm getting close. She is a Fire type, timid nature. She has Flash Fire right now, which is, at the very least, it gives her an immunity, I suppose. Hopefully it turns into something better when she's a Crobat. She has Flamethrower, Flare Blitz, Conversion 2, and Eruption. I know there was at least one other move she tried to learn. I don't think I kept it. She had Flamethrower, I believe, from the start. I think I overrode Thrash with Flare Blitz, which she actually makes decent use of, despite it being a recoil move. Modern generations Crobats can be known to use Brave Bird, which kind of works on the same principle, so it works. Then we've got Wyvern, the Dragon-type Clefable, Bold Nature, Compound Eye, so her accuracy is boosted. She has Rock Slide, Draco Meteor, Dragon Rage, and Iron Head. She learned no move whatsoever while leveling up, and I realized partway through training her as to why. Clefable evolved from Clefairy by use of a Moonstone, and as such, they learn no more moves. She will only ever have these 4 moves unless you use a TM on her. Which, to be fair, is not bad. Dragon Rage is decent, Draco Meteor does a lot of damage, and the Rock Slide and Iron Head are good moves to have anyway, even though she's much more of a special attacker. Then we got Link, who is just a little Kirlia. He has now evolved into a Water-type Gallade, like I leaked that I actually peeked and saw this, but still. Fighting Dark Kirlia evolves into pure Water Gallade. Didn't even keep the Fighting type. He also has Multi-type, so once again, may as well not have an ability in the first place. And he's still kind of a work in progress. Unfortunately, the 2 moves he tried to learn after evolving were Whirlpool and Clamp, both of which are absolutely terrible. Now, I will say, once I get the Waterfall HM, he's going to be good. But for the time being, this is kind of the best he has to work with right now. Then we have Jerry, the Ice-type Miltank. Light Smoke for an ability, which means that her stats can never be lowered by the opponent. She has Ice Fang, Ice Shard, Mega Kick, and Hail. I don't think she tried to learn a move out there either, actually. That would be fair since she only needed to level up like 5 or 6 levels. It's not that surprising. And then Gale! Gale got caught up. Flying-type Infernape, Soundproof. Still has nothing but Flying-type moves. And perhaps most annoyingly, the sole move she tried to learn while I was leveling her up was Gust, which is already weaker than all of her Flying-type moves to begin with, so I'm still going to be keeping Tempest on me just because he has at least a little bit more coverage. But at the very least, I have an Infernape in the PC ready to go as backup. Alright, enough yammering, let's go ahead and fly off to Pastoria City. And we can get this story event knocked out of the way, and hopefully I can get up to Celestic Town and into position to continue through Mount Coronet in the next episode. I know there's some trainers I have to fight at Lake Valor. I don't know how many. I think there might be another Galactic admin, which has me a little bit worried. But yeah, that's just what I think. I don't remember exactly. Platinum has kind of surprised me before, so I'm pretty sure I healed in Fluoromatome, but I'm going to do it again just to make sure. Okay. Now, let's just go ahead and sprint off to the lake. And just to humor anybody that's been demanding I use the bike, let's use the bike. Alright. Trying to think if anything interesting really happened while I was grinding everybody up. That patch of grass just outside the Pastoria City gate, there's Shaman in there, and they are apparently an electric type. Oh, and then, I think... Oh, where was... I think... the grass... Let me think. The grass outside the Valley Windworks has Wild Gengar in it. And I know I bumped into a Regice somewhere. I just don't remember where. And I remember that because I glanced away for a second to check on something. And when I looked back, there was a Regice staring me down. And it scared me a little bit. I managed to beat it, but it still scared me. Alright, and you know what, really quick, there's a tiny tickle in my nose, so I'm going to take care of that. Just a few seconds, please. Oh, that's better. Alright, sorry about that. Now, let's just start knocking these guys out. Oh. Well, that guy at least didn't want to fight. Oh, Magikarp. I know, these guys are assholes, aren't they? Oh, you want to fight. Alright then. I knew at least someone wanted to fight. No, good sir, I'm gonna be the one that makes you flop around in the mud. Oh, madam. You wanna grab dinner, Tyrant? How was it? What's that? You want some grilled mushrooms? Well, they're not gonna be grilled, but they're probably still tasty nonetheless. Oh, it lived. Okay. Come on, Tyrant. Oh, that's gonna do nothing. That was a crit. Go away. Tyrant cannot be stopped. No, he can be stopped because I stopped him at the end of a battle, but he does not want to stop. I don't think there's any items hidden under here, only because after another point in the game, oh no, there is. Look at that. I was gonna say, after a point in the game, the lake fills back up, so I guess you can miss this. Found a calcium. Cool. I don't think you fight. Yeah, you're just being a dick to Magikarp just like everybody else. Don't be a dick to Magikarp. They'll remember when they evolve into a Gyarados. They will find you. And even though they're weakly flopping about now, they can kill you. Alright, enough of that. Let's smack a couple more galactic goons around, shall we? Yep. I need crazy people blowing up a lake. Okay, you. You, at the very least, have a Dark-type move. Pretty sure you have Ghost-type moves. Both of which I believe I resist. As for what else you have, I don't know. But I'm willing to bet you don't like being bitten. You most certainly do not. Go, Tyrant. You are not letting anything push you around. Alright. Let's see here. I'm just going to do a couple more quick scans just to make sure. I apologize for the lag. I think it's all the little animated Magikarp sprites that my computer doesn't like for some reason. We will be clear of this in just a moment. Okay, there has to be something you hit that they hit over here. No? Alright. And to be fair, it has to match the outline of the lake when it's full, so... Hello. Oh, you have 4 Pokemon. Alright, impressive. You lived a bite from Tyrant. Do you like a spike cannon? The answer is no. Another ball toy. Okay. Can't get too cocky. Magnemite. Okay, those were... Rock Steel, I think? So... And she's level 41, but let's face it, she's got the perfect counter to this thing. There we go. And... Alright, Delibirds are fire types. Even though it's the rain, Sacred Fire is fairly powerful, and you are part bug, so I'm not going to have you fight that. Instead, let's let Zeke come out. Our big living ball of magma who can surf on the water like it's no big deal. Taken care of. Alright, now to avoid running back to town, I'm just going to give Tyrant a move. Well, nah, I've got 37 other things. You can have the milk. You can have a nice bottle of milk to clear his throat out. Alright. And you don't want to battle? Things are going to get really interesting now. All the legendary Pokemon are going to be brought to our HQ in Veilstone. I chastise you for admitting where your HQ is, but to be fair, it's so gaudy and obvious that I'm kind of surprised nobody's figured it out yet. Alright, now this is what I'm scared of. I think he fights you. I think. Pretty sure he fights somebody here. And because I messed with the PC... Did I get Tempest back out? Hold on. Did I get Tempest back out? I think I did. Did I? Hold on, I gotta check. I don't think it'll matter. You just thank you. Good God, saving is so slow in this game. Okay, yeah, I've got Tempest. Alright. Boy. Weird hair. How do I voice you? Because isn't this guy like, I don't think he's Galactic's, scientist. The chief scientist. No, that's the old guy. Charon, or however the hell you say it. The mission is proceeding without a hitch. The boss should be pleased. Everything is for everyone and for the good of Team Galactic. I recognize your face. You're the child who raided the Team Galactic building in Eterna. Jupiter should be ashamed of herself being beaten by a child. But anything and anyone that opposes Team Galactic must be crushed. Even the very thought of opposition will not be tolerated. Called it. You fight him. Alright, well... Schoolboy Daniel. I'm sorry, that's not a threatening name. Schoolboy Daniel. So I'm imagining him in like a school uniform, like a polo shirt and jeans, with like a little backpack on. Totally not threatening anymore. Anyway, and fun. I ran into a couple of these. I'm pretty sure they're poison types. But to be fair, I don't think Tyrant cares. Okay, that he might actually care about, because that's a very powerful move. Please kill. No, it didn't. Okay, do it again. Bug bite. Oh crap. No. Alright. I don't know I'm Palm's makeup. I didn't think it would knock out a pseudo, but the game has surprised me before. Riolu. Alright. I think this is a ghost. Tyrant can handle this. That might hurt. Pretty sure it's a ghost. It's a ghost or a psychic, one of the two. Okay. I believe experimentation against a cat turn I fought in the Cantilever Gym suggested that it is at least weak to electricity. So let's let Ice Storm hop out. No pun intended, despite him being a frog. And discharge. See if you like this. I need to find a magnet for this guy. Then again, maybe he doesn't need it. Good going, Ice Storm. Good on you. I was going to read that, but I accidentally held the speed up down a little bit too long, and it vanished. Even I, Commander, only managed to buy us time? But that's fine. Child like you will never be able to stem the flow of time. Team Galactic will get the 3 legendary Pokemon of the lakes. With their power, we will create an entirely new universe. By now, Mars should have captured the Pokemon of Lake Verity. Poof. Alright, so I believe that's a hint to go to Lake Verity. And normally this is where you find Azelf. Though not right now. I believe you have to finish the... not the whole storyline. Like, it doesn't appear after the Elite Four, but... spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen Pokemon Platinum, just skip ahead 5 seconds. I believe they reappear once you beat or catch Giratina. Alright, and considering we have some time, I really need to just give you Fly instead of Defog Tempest. But I kind of don't want to, because I'm pretty sure there's like one area in Mount Coronet that's a lot easier to navigate if you have Defog, so... I'm gonna hold out until I clear out that area, and then once I can fly to Snow Point on the other side, I'm just gonna delete Defog and give him Fly instead, because that's just easier to use. Or more useful, I should say. So I'm gonna sprint back, I'm gonna grab Gale, I'm gonna fly to Sand Gem Town, and go to Lake Verity. See if I can't knock out another story point for closing up the episode for today. Yep. Still can't believe that of all Pokemon I have 2 Infernapes. Again, I'm not complaining. I might have complained a little bit since I caught Gale, only because that was 2 flying types on the team for a while. But Infernape's an amazing Pokemon. If I had to get a duplicate of anything, it would be Infernape. It'd be Infernape or Tyrant, one of the 2. Alright, so let's grab Tempest. Heal up super quickly. Oh, hold on. I think I never got an encounter to the routes south of here. Because when I passed through the first time, obviously I didn't have a fishing rod or the ability to surf. I'm not going to do that in this episode, so sorry for anybody whose hearts leapt at the thought at the sound of the word encounter. I'm actually going to just heal in the Pokemon Center since it's right there. But I promise I will start off the next episode by going and getting up the, collecting all of those encounters. So I know there's 2, possibly 3. I don't quite remember. Oh! Someone contracted Pokerus. Cool! Holy cow, this is so rare. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, so it's a beneficial disease. Which one of you 6 has it? No. X-Ray caught it. And Zeke and Rika. Okay, so... let's see, it was either Zeke popping up to attack the Delibird, or Rika attacking the Magnemite, because I haven't used X-Ray yet this episode. For those of you that don't know, Pokerus is an exceptionally rare mechanic of the game, in that the other rare mechanic, i.e. shiny Pokemon, are borderline common compared to how frequently you can catch Pokerus. But basically what it is it is a quote-unquote disease that infects Pokemon and makes them grow faster. In mechanics terms, it doubles the amount of EVs you get from every Pokemon you battle. So I'm not going to go into full details about that because good lord are those things complicated. But if you want to know more, just look it up. There's articles on Bulbapedia and Cerebi. Just use Google. But the way it spreads is that I believe it's after every battle there's a chance for it to spread to adjoining Pokemon. So in that sense, if Rika was the one that first caught it, after a battle, I believe, if I understand it right, there's a chance for it to spread to Zeke, to X-Ray, or to both. And likewise, if X-Ray is the first to catch it, it would have had a chance to spread to Ice Storm, to Tempest, or to Rika. Now the other thing is that every day, or every time the DS registers that the date has changed, the internal counter for Pokerus ticks down. So, long story short, after a few days, the Pokemon is rendered cured of Pokerus in the sense that it still gets the doubling bonus to growth. Sadly not experienced, just the EVs. But it can no longer spread Pokerus. Now, if any of you are lucky enough to find it in your own games, bit of advice, spread it to a Pokemon and then store it in the PC. Because while a Pokemon is in the PC, it can never be cured of Pokerus. So if you want to keep a quote-unquote sample of it for future use, just do that. Catch anything, just grab a random wild Pokemon out of your PC, drag it around in battle with you until the Pokerus spreads to it, and then store it in a box so you can distinguish it from everything else. Bing, bing, boom. In fact, I've actually got it in my personal games, and I do just that. I have a lot of my personal Pokemon with it, many of which are still infected stage, so they can still spread it if need be. But anyway, enough yammering about a fictional disease in a fictional world of fictional creatures. Let's take care of the story event, because I rambled way too much about that. Oh, Euclid, what timing! Those Team Galactic scoundrels are after the legendary Pokemon. You've got to help Dawn. So I take it. How dare you, you misguided thugs! Euclid, Dawn needs your help. Ouch, what's with this old-timer? Rowan may be old, but he can still kick ass. Alright, and it's double battles. Wonderful. Okay, oh, wait. Probably shouldn't do this, kids. Oh, wait. Well... Nah, you know what? She's gonna level up at some point or another. Besides, this will let Ice Storm get off his thunders without fail. Come on, you two. Bring it on. Can't believe I got distracted by freaking Pokerus, but again, to be fair, it is like twice as rare as a shiny Pokemon, which is already like a 1 in 8,000 something chance. This is almost not fair. This is just borderline not fair. Come on, Ice Storm. Knock out the Drowsy too, boy. Okay, Drowsy resists. Because it is a dragon. Good to know. Okay then. Ace Beam. Enrica, follow up with an Aurora Beam, just in case. Nope, the Bellsprout gone, and because the other trainer has no extra Pokemon... Alright, nope. You two get the hell out of there. I changed my tune because there are Slackoth outside of the Pastoria City Gate, and they are fire types, and both of these Pokemon are weak to fire. Even in the rain, I'm not taking the risk. Can't surf. Forgot about that. That's alright. Tyrant's Crunch should take it out. Yeah, go away, Vigoroth. 222 experience for all! Alright, and we know this is a normal type, so just go away. Might be a little bit of a... Some people may call it a cheap strategy, but one thing I like to do in some of these NPC double battles is I focus on whichever side has the least amount of Pokemon first, so that I can make the battle a 2-on-1 instead of a 2-on-2 as quickly as possible. And you have to interrupt, Kadabra? Now is really not the time, dude. Okay. Well, this episode would have ended in a relatively decent amount of time had I not been rambling about, again, Pokerus. Alright. The two of you kindly just fuck off. There we go, that's what I wanted to see in the last battle. I feel like I should be scared or worried about the execute, but at the same time it's an execute. Ugh. I don't know why that name gave me so much trouble, so just go away. Taken care of. Alright, easy peasy. Okay, and Sane Money says just in case, patch everybody up. Because I pushed up game, because you never know when those extra couple of hit points are going to matter. Let's leave Ice Storm in front just because he's a bit more frail than I would like, but he can be a decent lead. And just to make absolutely sure, another save, and another long save, because I moved Pokemon into the PC, even though they're in the exact same order as they were when I saved last, because I messed with the Pokemon piece in the PC. It's gotta take a while to save the data. Okay, come on. Come on. I'm kind of slowly becoming used to the fact that these episodes are going to be longer than I originally was anticipating. but I really want to try and keep it under 50 minutes. Now, how did I do your voice? We weren't the fancy one. That was Jupiter. That face. It brings back bad memories. Oh, I'm talking about the Windworks. Got a whole lot of trouble for that incident. What's with that look on your face? You do remember me, don't you? Fine. Whatever. I'll tell you who I am again. I'm Mars, one of Team Galactic's commanders. So what is it? Are you some lovey-dovey couple to the rescue? Not a chance, not even a teeny one. You're all going down. Bring it, Mars. I should not taunt her. This is the one who almost killed me. Good lead, though, because I know this is a grass type. Go away. Okay. I don't think I've seen a Houndour or a Houndoom yet. Which is stronger, Discharge or Ice Beam? $80, $95. Okay, Ice Beam. Okay, that's neutral. No Sludge Bomb. Okay, that hurt a lot. Go the hell away. Okay, alright, I fought plenty of these outside of Pastoria City. They are psychic types. The ones in the wild were not that dangerous, but you know what? I am not going to be playing games with her. I don't even care if he's level 40. Tyrant, just chew on this thing. There you go, that's my boy. Alright. Again, and again! I lost again. So first the Windworks, and now Lake Verity that I owe you for. This shouldn't be happening to Team Galactic, Commander. Calm down, Mars. I've done my part in all of this. My mission was to transport the Lake's Pokemon to our HQ. That's right, I accomplished my mission without a problem. Team, we're pulling out. The boss is waiting at the HQ. The Pokemon of the three lakes are connected somehow. Thanks to Saturn's grandstanding at Lake Valor, a cave appeared here. It was the cavern where the Pokemon Mesprit slept. Mesprit appeared too, probably to go help its friends. That worked out well for us. It was super easy to catch. So now we've got them all. Mesprit, the being of emotion, Azelf, the being of willpower, and Uxie, the being of intelligence. Now that we have them all, you can look forward to what plans Team Galactic has for them. How she got away when we had her cornered up against a tree, I don't know. Especially when, at the time, I still could have feasibly had a big, cranky Tyranitar out. Protagonist logic, everybody. Oh, I see. This also occurred at Lake Valor. Another legendary Pokemon was taken away by Team Galactic. Both of you went up against full-fledged criminals. The fact that you're unharmed is reason enough to celebrate. But what about Bastas? What is happening at Lake Acuity? Is Bastas safe? And that is our clue to begin proceeding our way to Lake Acuity. However, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. When I return, I will be just on the outside of... Or no, I'm going to double-check my list. And when I get back with you all in the next episode, I will be at the bottom of Sanjin Town getting some encounters. And then I will fly to Celestic Town, and we can continue on our journey north towards Snowpoint City and Lake Acuity. So, in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next episode, and farewell for now.